Please do subscribe and share.
Hello everyone, once again welcome back to NSR Discover. Today's vlog is all about the Metaverse and the uses of Metaverse technology. In 1992, when the internet was still new, the American novelist Neil Stephenson spoke about virtual reality, a virtual world where people would use the digital avatars to live, work and plan online. He called it as Metaverse, a Greek word meaning beyond and was from the word universe. He said this word, the Metaverse, would be the successor of the internet. As we speak, the Apple, Microsoft, Google and Facebook are racing to claim the Metaverse, a virtual universe that will coexist with a physical one. Facebook has even changed the name as Meta to stay on top of the curve. Do we really need the Metaverse? Do we need an imaginary world controlled by tech giants? Will it really make our lives better on the internet? Will it manipulate our conception of reality? What is Metaverse? Let me simplify it further. You can imagine something like 1982. If you want to tell someone what is internet, and if someone would have never ever logged onto anything on internet, how could I have convinced that person that with the help of a single click you get access to lots of information? You can download movies in less than half a minute. That person would have told me you are crazy or what? Because that person had never experienced what an internet is. Similarly, in today's world, if a person has never experienced what a metaverse, to explain me what the concept of metaverse is to such a person, that is really tricky. But I'm going to try my really best version to explain you what it is. Imagine you are under lockdown, stuck far away from your family. How do you stay in touch with them? Through video calls. That's the closest you can be today, and it's not closest enough. We all know that. As your family sits together, plays the favorite cards game, you feel left out. The Metaverse promises to change that. Here, you can meet your family in a virtual space. You can play that game in a digital avatar. Actual moments and conversations can take place. This is what the Metaverse offers experience. The concept is not really new. Video games you are having for a while now. Ask your children, they are playing the games of the biggest companies in the world, such as Roblox, Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto have already built their own virtual worlds with their own virtual economies, their own virtual currencies, virtual storylines and virtual characters. The Metaverse may have some of the gaming elements, but it's not going to be some kinds of video games. It will be a cyberspace. The reality means the imagination. The characters will be a real human being, but the world really entirely fictional, made up of virtual elements that the parallel real life. It's what the Metaverse says. The CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, says the Metaverse would be the second best thing to teleporting around. The Metaverse will be like clicking on a link. 10 uses of Metaverse. Number 1. Connecting with the people. Imagine you put on your glasses or a headset and you are instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually. It has things that are only possible virtually, and it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful. This is the defining quality of the Metaverse. You are going to really feel like you are there with other people. You will see their facial expressions, their body language, maybe figure out of they are actually holding a winning hand. All the subtle ways the Metaverse communicates that today's technology today can't quite deliver. Horizon is the social platform that Meta building for people to create and interact in the Metaverse. One part of this is Horizon Home, which is the early version for a home space in the Metaverse. Going to be introducing a social version of home, where you can invite your friends to join you as avatars. You will be able to hang out, watch videos together and jump into apps together. Then there is Horizon Worlds, which is where you can build worlds and jump into them with the people. Horizon is designed to make it possible for everyone to create, and we are already seeing people build some interesting experiences, from creating new games together to throwing Hosting surprise parties means virtual reality. The family and friends around the world can join. And just launched Horizon workrooms for collaboration. Beyond Horizon, also making it easiest to communicate with your friends across different layers of reality. Meta bringing messengers calls to virtual reality. You will be able to invite your friends to a messenger call, and soon you will be able to go explore somewhere together or join a game. These are the kind of tools that needs to get built so that you can jump into the metaverse with your friends from anywhere, and they are going to unlock some unique experiences. Number 2, real estate. If you want to buy a property, you would physically go to that place, visit it, get a feel how it is, and then try and decide whether you want it or not. Possibility. This is the option number 1. Possibility number 2, you could visit a website, something like a Metaport, wherein you would be in your home, but you would be able to navigate with the help of your mouse. You would actually try to see how each and every room looks like through the 3D view. But now you can imagine, instead of that, you wear your own smart glasses or headset wherein your avatar enters that room and actually goes through that room and tries to get look and feel of it. That how this room looks like, and then you take a decision whether you want to buy that real estate or not, so that it can be a good use case for the real estate sector. Number 3, travel. You want to visit the US, UK, Australia, or wherever, but budget is a constraint. Instead of that, you can imagine that you can tell your friends that let's plan something. Where are you going to plan it? Of course, in the metaverse. You will meet in the metaverse. You will plan that. As that, you may go to a place in Egypt and you all go there. How? In your metaverse. Through your avatars. So your avatars go there and you all are going into the various places. You are exploring it together. So can you say it is an amazing feel where people sitting kilometers away are getting together in a specific place, and they are exploring areas at a very cheap cost. So that could be one more amazing way to explore travel in a metaverse way. Number 4, education. You are learning from me in 2D case right now. You can imagine that's me, my avatar, and those people who are sitting there. You are one of them sitting there, and we are avatars are interacting with each other, and we are actually sharing our thoughts, not in the real world but in the metaverse. Number 5, office works or meetings. Over the last years, lots of us who work in offices have gone remote, and while I miss seeing the people I work with, I think remote work is here to stay for lots of people. So we are going to need better tools to work together. Let's take a look at what working in the metaverse will be like. Imagine if you could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of a presence, shared physical space, those chance interactions that make your day, all accessible from anywhere. Now imagine that you have your perfect work setup, and you could do more than you could in your regular work setup, and on top of all that, you can keep wearing your favorite sweat pants. Number 6, fitness. Now we can imagine what happens today. So let's say you are a fitness freak, and every day religiously you go to the gym and you switch on the treadmill, keep on running on it, you go nowhere, you are just there on the treadmill. You can imagine what could fitness looks like in metaverse. Look at that avatar in the metaverse. She's trying to train herself from maybe the mountain, or maybe the desert, or maybe from the surface of Mars, and is not that like a version of fitness gamified. Wow, I'm sure she might be feeling like being a super woman in this. So this is where we can get fitness to the next level in metaverse. Number 7, music concerts. Not in normal theaters, not in open theaters, in the metaverse. Again, now do you feel that this is already happening, or this might be like 5 to 10 years away, this has already started happening. In fact, Justin Bieber very recently actually hosted a live concert in the Metaverse, where thousands of people around the world actually attended this, not themselves, their avatars attended this concert in the Metaverse. Now we can imagine had Justin Bieber held this concert in this real life, very few people could have gotten the front seats, but because you are in the Metaverse, you can effectively get that feel of being seated in the front of a row for thousands of people. There is no restrictions on that as such. So I hope you are getting another example, another realistic practical application of the Metaverse that is through the music concepts. Number 8, shopping and trading assets have become one of the foundational elements of Metaverse platforms. Consumers are spending thousands of virtual fashion and collectibles. Even shops in the real world are using technology from the Metaverse. Virtual reality and augmented reality are making their ways into hundreds of retail brands worldwide. There are blockchain technology, blockchain cryptocurrencies, no blockchain cryptocurrency, and some other technologies are using in commercial Metaverse. Number 9, video games. Gaming in the Metaverse is going to span from immersive experiences in fantasy world to bring simple games into our everyday lives through holograms. Maybe you will play all the games in new ways. The Metaverse as a concept is not new. Some approaches in the past helped make this virtual world as reality. But what is Metaverse gaming? This idea of going beyond the physical world to perform daily activities embraces the virtual spaces where you can play your favorite games with your virtual avatar. We can see the progress in connecting the real world with the virtual world and in a perfect mix. Number 10, advertisement. Advertisement is the main part in the Metaverse. You can offer virtual advertising in the Metaverse. For example, Bitstack, a video game ad tech company, transitioned from working off in real world outdoor advertising to placing ads on virtual billboards. However, you can go beyond virtual billboards. You can advertise your brands in some ways in the Metaverse, such as ad placement, product placement, experience placements, event placements, owned Metaverse, and NFTs. If you enjoyed this video, it would be amazing if you like and subscribe for more videos very similar to this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.